What's up, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up, because today we are diving deep into one of the most explosive and attention-grabbing rumors circling the NFL right now, a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the Dallas Cowboys offense in a way we haven't seen in years. Reports are swirling, insiders are whispering, and the speculation is gaining serious traction. Could Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys be gearing up to make a massive trade for none other than Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts? Yes, you heard that right. Kyle freaking Pitts. The ultra-athletic, once-in-a-generation tight end who burst onto the NFL scene with sky-high expectations and has shown flashes of becoming the league's most dangerous weapon at his position. And now, if rumors are to be believed, the Dallas Cowboys may be looking to bring him to AT&T Stadium in what could be one of the boldest moves Jerry Jones has made in years, and let's be honest, bold moves are what Jerry lives for. He's not just an owner, he's a showman, a gambler, a builder of headlines and hype, and if there's even a sliver of truth to these rumors, then Cowboys Nation better get ready for fireworks. Now, let's unpack everything. Kyle Pitts, drafted 4th overall by the Atlanta Falcons in the 2021 NFL Draft, was seen as a unicorn, a tight end with the size of a power forward and the speed and agility of a wide receiver. In his rookie season, Pitts racked up over 1,000 receiving yards, becoming just the second rookie tight end in NFL history to reach that mark, a feat that hadn't been achieved since Mike Ditka back in 1961. That alone tells you what kind of generational talent we're talking about here. He was a matchup nightmare, too fast for linebackers, too big for cornerbacks, and too athletic for safeties. Defensive coordinators were staying up late at night trying to figure out how to cover this guy. But then, over the next 2 seasons, things didn't go as smoothly. Injuries, inconsistent quarterback play, and coaching decisions that left fans scratching their heads all contributed to a noticeable drop in production. Still, nobody in the league doubts Pitts' raw ability. He's only 23 years old, still under a rookie contract, and if used properly, could completely transform an offense. And that's exactly where the Dallas Cowboys come into the picture. Right now, the Cowboys are in a strange place. They have talent, lots of it. Dak Prescott is still one of the better quarterbacks in the league. CeeDee Lamb has proven to be an elite wideout, and the offensive line, while not as dominant as it was 5 years ago, is still strong. But when it comes to tight ends, well, let's be honest, they haven't really had that dominant presence at the position since Jason Witten retired. Yes, they've had guys like Dalton Schultz and Jake Ferguson who've been solid, but nobody who can take over a game. Nobody who forces defensive coordinators to completely rethink their strategy. That's what Kyle Pitts could bring. He wouldn't just be another target, he'd be a game changer, a field stretcher, a red zone nightmare, and someone who could instantly elevate Dak Prescott's performance. Imagine a 2 tight end set with Pitts and Ferguson, or better yet, Pitts lined up in the slot creating mismatches against nickel corners and safeties all game long. Think about how that would open things up for CeeDee Lamb on the outside. Think about what that could do for the run game, especially if Tony Pollard returns to form or if they bring in a new back. Pitts brings more than numbers, he brings flexibility, unpredictability, and most importantly fear to opposing defenses. So what would a trade like this even look like? That's where things get juicy. The Falcons aren't just going to give Pitts away, even if his usage has been puzzling over the past couple of seasons. They invested a top 5 pick in him and know what kind of weapon they have when he's healthy and involved. That means the Cowboys would have to offer something significant. Most likely, we're talking about multiple draft picks, maybe a 2nd and a 3rd rounder, or even a 1st rounder depending on how desperate Dallas is to make a splash. Maybe they throw in a player as well, someone like a young defensive lineman or a depth wide receiver. But for Jerry Jones, the price may be worth it. He knows the clock is ticking. He knows that this Cowboys team can't keep waiting for next year. The fan base is hungry, the pressure is on, and Jones has never been afraid to swing big, especially when it comes to adding a star-caliber player to the roster. Remember the Amari Cooper trade? Or how about the time he traded 2 first-rounders for Joey Galloway? Sure, not every big move has panned out, but Jones' philosophy has always been clear: go big or go home. And if he believes that Kyle Pitts can put this team over the top, then you better believe he's going to be on the phone. But the implications of this trade go far beyond the Cowboys' offense. If Dallas pulls this off, it sends a message to the rest of the NFC: we're all in. It's the kind of move that shakes up the power rankings and gets analysts talking about Super Bowl potential. It energizes the locker room. It tells the fans that the front office isn't satisfied with just being good, they want to be great. And let's not forget, the NFC East is no joke. The Eagles are still contenders, the Giants are retooling, and the Commanders just drafted a new quarterback. The margin for error is razor thin. A move like this could be the edge the Cowboys need to not just win the division, but make a real postseason run. Now let's talk about the fan reaction, because this rumor has already lit up social media like a 4th of July fireworks show. Cowboys fans are split. Some are hyped beyond belief, already dreaming of Pitts catching touchdown after touchdown in a blue and silver jersey. Others are cautious, asking questions like, is he worth the price? Or can he stay healthy? Or shouldn't we be focusing on the defense instead? And those are fair concerns. Pitts hasn't played a full season since his rookie year. His chemistry with quarterbacks has been up and down. And yes, the Cowboys could definitely use more help on defense, particularly at linebacker and safety. But here's the thing: elite offensive weapons don't come around often, and when they do, you have to be ready to strike. Pitts is a rare combination of size, speed, and hands. If he lands in the right system with a quarterback who can get him the ball, the sky is the limit. And with Dak Prescott entering what many consider to be a critical season in his career, adding a talent like Pitts could be exactly what he needs to take that next step. Let's also not forget how this affects the Falcons. Trading Pitts would be a huge move on their part, and it might suggest they're going into a full rebuild mode or looking to stack draft picks to build around their new quarterback. They just drafted Michael Penix Jr., and they're clearly trying to reshape the offense under a new vision. If Pitts isn't a part of that vision, now might be the time to cash in on his value. And if you're Dallas, maybe that's your opportunity to strike. Catch them during a transition and offer them a deal that gives them future flexibility while giving the Cowboys a win-now weapon. So what's next? Well, until there's an official announcement, this remains a rumor, albeit a very intriguing and credible one. Multiple sources close to both teams have hinted that conversations are happening, and where there's smoke, there's often fire. We'll be watching closely over the next few days, especially as we approach mandatory minicamps and get closer to training camp. This is the time of year when front offices make big moves, and if Jerry Jones wants to make a splash, there may be no bigger cannonball than landing Kyle Pitts. So, Cowboys Nation, we want to hear from you. Would you pull the trigger on a Kyle Pitts trade? What would you be willing to give up to bring him to Dallas? Do you believe he's the missing piece for this team to finally break through the playoff ceiling and make a Super Bowl run? Or do you think this is another distraction from the real areas that need to be addressed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the hottest rumor in the NFL right now, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. This offseason is heating up fast, and if this trade goes through, you'll want to be the first to know. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!